Hey, what's up guys? My name is Casey, and today I'm playing a little bit of Halo 3. Actually, not today. I played that last night, and it was pretty fun. This isn't the best game I've ever played, but, it's been a long time since I've played this game, so bear with me. If you're watching in, I congratulate you, and I want to play, because this is an awesome game. It's nothing like Reach. So if you played Reach and you're like, I don't like it, play Halo 3. It might change your mind once you get used to it and stuff like that. Anyways, I want to talk about communication a little bit. First off, because without communication, I don't really think we would have won the game. We communicated thoroughly where our team was, or I'm sorry, where our team was and the other team. It's good to know positions of your team on the map and the enemy team, and that's really important. I've had a lot of trouble sometimes before where my team wasn't a good communicating team, and they seem scared to call out, or they'll be like, oh, I see somebody, I'm not going to call out, I'm just going to kill them, and they end up dying. Well, by that point, they're already on our side of the map, and, that isn't really good. Sometimes selfishness kicks in a little quick, and people, I don't know, just people don't communicate thoroughly, and that's really aggravating. You don't even have to be good at communicating. You can just, hey, he's right there in front of me, or he's on my X, or he's on that base where the sniper spawns, and sometimes it might take longer than others, but, as long as you get your point across and we understand, cool beans, that's what's up. But communication is important, not just only in gaming, but, like I've said before in other videos, it's good for, relationships. I believe communication is one of the strong points and one of the concrete factors in a relationship. Without good communication, you're bound to have a lot of problems. If not, just you're not going to be able to go very long without communication. And without some form of it, you're not going to know how the other person feels. So, that's that. Personally, I know that, when we're feeling something wrong or something's bothering us, excuse me, and we don't exactly want to say something about it, we hold it back and it becomes kind of like an itch and we want to get rid of it, and that's bad, we don't want to communicate with that because sometimes we don't like feeling or telling our feelings to other people. Not maybe that we don't want to tell or that we don't trust someone. It's just that, we're like, oh, it might go away, and then it doesn't, something like that, But really, communication has been a big form and a big factor in my life. I've been able to communicate some things to you guys pretty well. Sometimes I don't do a good job, and it's really obvious, the ratings that I get and the comments, But for the most part, you guys are like, that's really awesome and that's really cool and I can really understand. My whole thing is to try and make videos that you guys can relate to. And I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to the whole fact that sometimes when we're trying to get a point across, sometimes we don't do the best job at it, or we'll say something and someone else doesn't take it correctly. We'll say something like, I have two of them, and someone will be like, you took two of them? What? No, that's not what I said. I have two of them. Didn't mean I took it. Example, whatever. You'll get it. But a lot of people have trouble with that, like myself. When I first started into gaming, I wasn't the best team player. I didn't really know what to do. I had a lot of people call out and stuff like that, and I thought, what, that's pretty cool. And then I started to get into MLG, which is Major League Gaming, if you don't know what that is. And those teams are crazy, man. Those guys, they're just calling out stuff like banana toss, catch-up line, and they're like, they know where everything's at. And, Walshy on snipe, 8830, actually it's like Walshy on top, S3, but you get the idea. Saying like random crazy things so fast, and you've got to be able to react to it. Those guys are pros at communication, and you can definitely see which teams suffer because a silent team is a losing team. A loud, obnoxious, in-your-face, ha-ha-ha team is a winning team, usually. And they're probably the team that's having the most fun. Competitive gaming isn't just all seriousness. It does have a lot of seriousness in it, but a lot of people have this idea that it's not fun at all. Like, it's all business and no play. But in fact, when I myself was doing a lot of competitive gaming, that one is probably the most fun that I've ever had. If you've ever played a game or you were ever doing something and you were tied for something for the longest time and you knew that your move would dictate what's going to happen, or what you would say would help your teammates out. I mean, your heart starts beating and stuff like that. You know, that's really an awesome moment. And since I started watching those guys, I'm like, man, I've got to get better. I've got to improve my game. And some of the things that I've learned is to try and learn maps, to try and learn areas, to try and actually learn what it is I'm doing and get the proper terms for it. You know, if I'm going to be working with weapon systems, I need to learn the terms. Instead of calling it a gun, I need to learn to call it a weapon system. If I'm going to be learning with computers, I need to learn to call the box on the table the CPU case, whatever, the computer case, instead of the monitor, you know, stuff like that. Or I've had a lot of people call the actual monitor itself the CPU, and I'm like, that's not the computer itself, that's just a screen, you know. And sometimes we have a hard time communicating what's going on, what's wrong, because we don't really know what to say. We have a hard time saying it, and you know, when something's wrong with my truck or my car, I'm like, yo, it's making a dinging sound, or it's rattling, or it's shaking. Can you figure it out? You know, those guys have probably been around long enough that they can kind of figure it out, but if you know what it is, and you can say, well, you know, the joint on the left wheel on my front driver's side is bad. The ball joint, can you take a look at it? And instantly he knows exactly what you're talking about. And if he doesn't, you might want to take your vehicle somewhere else, because that guy doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't have a clue. There you go. And with opinions, that's another thing. You know, a lot of people have their own opinion. Well, actually, everyone has their own opinions, but no one seems to be able to understand. Communication isn't just a one-way thing, like I say to you. Communication is also being able to listen. And a lot of people have trouble listening. And I guess that could be the second part of this video, is communication and listening, because without being able to listen to something, you can't fully understand what's going on. And I myself, of course, as we all know it, I have a problem with listening. I will be straight up. I'm not the best listener in the world, but I am there if someone really does need a shoulder to lean on, or someone to talk to. I'm always willing to listen. I'm always willing to talk to somebody. I know I get busy sometimes and I can't always answer back immediately, and sometimes an email might be lost or something happens, but you know what? For the most part, I am always here for my friends. You know, when I told my girlfriend one time, when the end of the world happens and things go wrong, and even if we're not together, just know that I'll be here. You know, I'll be the person that you can come talk to. I'll be your friend, you know, that's there when no one else isn't. And so far I've held true to that, and I plan on keeping that for a long time, and I try to keep that with all my friends. And sometimes I feel bad because, you know, I have two friends, Raren and Brute. Their real names are Josh and Sheldon. And I played Halo with them all the time, and they were my best buddies, and they to me, they still are. But I don't get to play with them very much. And, you know, I miss out on some of that stuff because I feel like I'm not getting back with my true self, and not caring and not listening in and not communicating to them what's going on and stuff like that, because, you know, at least you gotta let, you know, your friends know what's going on and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have that. You know, you used to have a friend that you talk to or whatever, and then you just stop talking to them or whatever, and, you know, you want to know how to talk to them, but you don't. You know, sometimes that first step can be really hard, like breaking the ice, so to say. Like, I had someone, a youth pastor, emailed me one time, and he's like, hey, what's going on, you know, how things are going, and stuff like that. And he didn't really ask me about anything in particular, you know, and he never asked anything back or once I responded. But you know, sometimes it's really hard to say the right things or know what to say because we have a problem with communication, and that's a key thing, you know, we need to work on. And I guess the first thing to work on would be to listen what someone has to say, think about it, and respond. You know, don't just speak. Respond properly, respond thoroughly, know what you're talking about, and you know, that'll get you pretty far in life, you know, when it comes to jobs and stuff like that. And, you know, especially on YouTube, if you're a commentator, you know, that'll help you out. And I've also got some news for you guys who are commentators and want people to rate your videos. I know I get sent a lot of messages to ask for shout outs and stuff like that, and to rate my video and stuff like that. And people are asking a lot. Well, guess what? We're starting a new community channel that allows you to send us your video. Between Monday and Wednesday, you have a chance to get your commentaries uploaded. But at the end of the commentary, we're gonna talk about what was good about the commentary, what was bad about the commentary. If you want more information on this, I have a link to the video in the description. Or actually, I'm gonna make it a video response so that you guys can watch it. Please make sure to check that out so you have more of an understanding. This, like I said, that's gonna be really important if you're a new commentator and you want some easy subs and views that should help everyone out. But that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a awesome day. Peace out, guys.